大好評のうちに幕を閉じた大阪・関西万博。各国のパビリオンは多くの客でにぎわいました。
Slovakia, but living in a Czech. Yeah.
Okay. And you came all the way to Japan?
Yes. Yes.
Not because of the Expo, but also.
There was
How
also.
was the expo?
Wow. Nice. Lots of queues. Sometimes difficult to get in a pavilion if you don't have reservation, but otherwise, good experience anyway.
今日は何を買われたんですか？
ずっと欲しかったリング買いました。
これなんか人気ですよ
は
ね。
い、ずっと欲しくて、
好きなんですか？最初
ずっ
から。
と最初から好きで、始まった頃から好きで、一回脈々のポン・デ・リングを自作したことがあって、
すごい。これ作るのどれぐらいかかったんですか？
でもそんなに難しくなくて、100均のチョコを溶かしてそのままつけて10分ぐらいで作れます。
迫力はすごかったですね。今まで何回かこう見ると楽しんでる感じがした。常連
僕は常連なんですけど、
私は3回目ですけど、
僕は20回弱ぐらい来てるんです。
今日行ったアンドロイドのやつね。
ああ、命の未来。
そうはちょっと考えさせられましたね。これからこうなるんやみたいな、そうとは思いましたね。
国内のやつはそう。海外のだとやっぱイタリアとか、こうなんか美術で攻めてくるみたいな、こう美術で訴えかけてくるっていうのはもうなんか本物を全部置いてあったんで、やっぱりそこはなんかなんですかね、美術でこうなんですかね、命をこう蘇らせるみたいなテーマだったんで、もうまさにその通りの展示だなっていう感じでしたね。
感じました。それ
それは感じ、本気でやってるなっていう感じでビシビシと感じましたね。はい。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
いえいえ、
すいません、ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
As a vice director of international affairs of Polytechnic.
確かなんか身長低くなって。ローマから東京に飛行機で渡ったから、ローマから東京に
We're very happy, of course, that the Japanese public, not only the Japanese public, but the international public followed us so much, followed our calendar also, and we were happy to see that there was this interest also on the part of the media, for example, and I have to say that we were not really surprised because there is a strong connection between Italy and Japan. And if you think about it, in Expo Milano 2015, the most popular pavilion was the Japanese one. And also in front of the Japanese pavilion in 2015, you had 7-hour lines. So this is also a way to keep this connection between Milano and Osaka, who after all are sister cities, as a matter of fact. Actually, Milano sent very precious pieces here to Osaka. It was Milano who sent from the Biblioteca Ambrosiana in all 4 precious pages of the Codex Atlanticus of Leonardo da Vinci. One of the things that visitors found more amazing for them, and things that normally even in Italy it's not so easy to see. Right. So this was also an added value that came from Milano. The other added value is that out of 20 Italian regions, we had a record number of 18 regions who decided to participate in this project, and they all really did their best. Some of them brought extremely precious, important pieces of art, but together with the narration of their technology, of their research, of their universities. So they all tried to present themselves in a very similar way to how we are presenting ourselves. The theme that we chose for the Italy Pavilion is Art Regenerates Life. And this is but the way we intend art is not really only the beauty of art or culture and so on, which is of course something that the Japanese public knows very well, but it's also an interpretation of art as engineering, technology, innovation. So this is the theme that we chose to develop when we decided how to answer to this great question, that is the question of Expo, which is designing future societies for our lives. So that is the theme that we chose.
How do you say that in Italian, the theme?
L'arte rigenera la vita.
And in English, that would be?
Art regenerates life. And in Japanese, it's geijutsu. Wow. Inochi o saisei suru. That is the Japanese interpretation. Also, it's very interesting because in Japan you have bijutsu and geijutsu, which is an interesting point because that is exactly the theme that we go and talk about. Because art, after all, is the action of humans on nature, on the world. It's connected to creativity, but it's connected to invention, to building, to making. So these are the themes of the Italian pavilion.
But I'm impressed by all the pieces. How do you bring them to Japan?
For us, it was very important to bring original, authentic works of art. Not only classical works of art like the Farnese Atlas, but also contemporary works of art, and also touching upon some art movements like avant-garde, like with a very famous artist like Mimmo Palladino, who has a beautiful piece of art outside the pavilion, a large helmet, but also like very young artists like Iago. It was a very elegant, beautiful exhibit here. Iago is also not only important because he's a young artist and a successful one at that, but he's also loved by young people. So normally to see young people who follow a young artist is always something very interesting to see. We also brought some very important pieces of our futurist artists like Boccioni, for example, and on the National Day we unveiled another famous futurist piece by Balla, another great Italian futurist. We wanted to bring futurism also because Japanese futurism also existed and was connected to Italian futurism in the 20s, so it was an interesting way to introduce something that goes beyond Renaissance and beyond Baroque, which is normally what is more well known by the Japanese public.
ケース持たれかかったりしないように十分注意です。一歩前、一歩前、一歩前でお願いします。一作品につき1枚の査定です。一歩前、一歩前です。見ます。一歩ずつ前、一歩ずつ前でお願いします。
やみましたね。はい。では一応ラビリンスを迷路をイメージした庭園を置いておりまして、植物日本の植物しか置いています。なのでモミジがね、もし
I think that what we see happening around us today, outside this beautiful ring, which really encloses a group of nations that are working together and cooperating together. But around us, as you know, of course, there are growing tensions, and we unfortunately have some very serious war situations. Now, I think that it is clear through what we see here at Expo, and not only in the Italian pavilion, as a matter of fact, that there is a world of builders, there is a world of designers, of dreamers that is aimed at doing something real and doing it better and competing to make better things. And then there's another world, unfortunately, of people who destroy and smash everything that the others have built. So the fact is that this is a very important and very understandable picture that you have here at Expo. You definitely have it in the Italian pavilion, because that is what our pavilion is about. Our pavilion is about building, about creating, about inventing, and using everything we can to do this. So using, of course, our imagination, but using also the extremely modern technologies, such as, of course, all the digitalization and artificial intelligence. But then, of course, these instruments can also be used for very negative objectives. Our objectives are positive, and I think that this is a good message for our younger generations.
Thank you.
This is the grand piano from the Austrian traditional piano manufacturer Bösendorfer. This is a special edition for the Expo here, and there are 16 worldwide, and this is number 0. Austria to Japan, and the gift from the Austrian, and everyone to play technology. So it was from the Mozarteum, the music university in Salzburg, composed
すごい。
These are all the scientists' work.
Nobel Prize winners and nominees. And scientists. So like the University of Innsbruck is working on the construction of quantum computers. So this is like the practical part to the theories.
I see.
So we also have the Japanese.
お好み焼きのショーが始まります。どうぞご覧ください。お好み焼きはさっきお好み焼きになります。
手が足りないんだけど。
So
pavilion, and the concept is that you enter a kind of supermarket, and you can see different goods on the shelves, the blue one.
Oh, okay.
And we have a barcode to each of them. And we give you a special scanner.
Right.
And you press this button, you scan each object. You will not see the price on the screen, but you can see a short video about the Brazilians, of Ukrainians, and values we're standing for during the war.
I see.
And values is something you cannot sell or buy. That is why we have our logo not for sale over there.
That's what it stands for.
Yes. So each object presents different kinds of values.
Can you just introduce some of them?
Yes.
If possible?
About humanity, and maybe you heard about Kakhovka Dam, which was destroyed, and it was real disaster because big territory of Ukraine was flooded, and many people stayed under the water. Not only people but animals as well. So Ukrainian volunteers took such kind of boats to reach to those places. To save not only people but also animals. So it's about humanity.
Humanity for animals as well.
Yes, exactly. Suitcase, it's also about humanity, and as you can imagine, when the invasion started, so many people were forced to leave their places. People who lost totally everything, their homes, they just took one or two suitcases and went somewhere. Western part of Ukraine or abroad. We have evacuees all over the world. Even in Japan we have more than 2,700 people. This is a real object. You know what this is?
What the hell?
We put it like this. It's a lamp.
Lamp?
Yes, it's a real one. It's not 3D printed. And we are talking about right to medical care. Because when we have blackouts after the massive attacks, we have no light, but our doctors have to work, have to save people's life. So they put it on their forehead, and they do medical surgery operation. You know.
So there's lack of medical care as well.
Yes. And also kids who have to do their homework with no light, they can use it as well. And we talk about right to self-expression. When people with megaphones went out to declare that they want to go to Europe and want to protect democratic values. That is.
I see.
Rose, it's about famous TV show, Bachelor.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And last season of this TV show was a special one because a Ukrainian defender who lost his legs on prosthesis, he took part in this show.
Really?
Yes, he was looking for a fiancé, for a future wife, giving them Rose, you know. And actually, this main hero, he came to our National Day on August 5th, here to our pavilion, yes, to Osaka. Yes. And we are talking about accessibility with this video because we have so many injured people, not only defenders, but ordinary people who, after missile attacks, lost their hands, legs, you know, injured. So we have to create a special environment for them to feel life, to proceed living like other people. One is very touchy for me because I'm mother of 2 kids, and we are talking about children's rights. So this is a prototype of real toy, which was found in blood in Kramatorsk city after the missile attacks. And we are talking about kids we lost, kids which are injured, and kids which are kidnapped to Russia, more than 20,000 kids. And we have to find a way how to bring them back.
So you're telling the values not for sale.
Yes.
And also stories in Ukraine.
Yes, we are not talking about the war. We are talking about stories, about people of Ukraine who live more than 3 years in such conditions, struggle, defending our values, defending kids' territory and also culture, which is very important. This is a prototype of real object which was stolen from Kherson Museum. So we have to protect our cultural heritage as well, not only objects from museums, but we are talking about our language, our culture, our history, as well as our territories. Because if we will not be able to defend it, we will lose our country. That's why we are not going to lose our country.
That's wonderful. Could you share with you sometimes any of their impressions, thoughts about this exhibition?
To be frank, every time we hear that, guys, you have a beautiful concept, it's very clear, it's very nice, so we're really grateful for such comments, but our creative agency, they done really good job because we had only 3 months for preparations.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
3 months.
Yes. It's amazing what they've done.
How do you think like this pavilion at the Expo will it have like a good impact on the relationship of Japan, Ukraine?
It already has because actually we've got the proposal from Japanese side, from Japanese government to take part in this in the Expo last year in November because as you can imagine we don't have budget to take part in such kind of fairs. So really grateful to people of Japan for this opportunity for us to take part and to appeal to tell our stories, to tell about our values. So it's keenly important for us to be there.
Thank you very much. Yeah, what is the message you would like to carry to the people through this exhibition, to the whole world, to the Japanese people, and of course for Ukrainians?
As I explained you, the concept is we are talking about values and which are not for sale. So you cannot sell or buy values. So you have to defend those values as Ukrainians do.